So I'm an anthropologist. I work at Goldsmiths at the moment.
Hi, it's Brendan.
And my name's Brendan. Yeah. Within anthropology, there's a network within the Association of Social Anthropologists called Apply, which is for people who, I think it's basically aimed at people who are anthropologists or consider themselves to be anthropologists and are not working as a member of staff within an anthropology department. And then my experience of Apply has been that there are sort of periodic meetings, and in those meetings they can be organised around someone doing the work that they do as an anthropologist who's not in an anthropological department, or they can be organised around whatever. And I mention that rather than talking about what I'm supposed to be talking about, because I find that to be a useful space for dialogue and interaction, and a way in which a space in which I think there is a potential to find other people who are like-minded and who you could collaborate with or bounce ideas off or whatever. Why am I here? I sort of think that the idea of the call for this meeting was really useful and really important, and this is a really important thing to do. And I don't want to criticise the way that it's been done, but I don't know what you intend by figuring out a manifesto at the end, but I feel it could be really useful to try and think about what spaces and forms of interaction you'd like to go for in the future, and perhaps that could be a more valuable exercise than trying to set down a charter of demands or principles or whatever. What I was going to talk about, which I'll just mention very briefly, and then if we want to talk about it, we can, and if we want to talk about other stuff, then we can do that, was something that I've been trying to do. I'm at a point now, a few years after finishing my PhD, where I see working in academia as a job. And then I think that having done my PhD and done this work so far, I've accumulated a certain set of skills that can be used within activist or community organising or labour organising contexts. And so I'm going through a process of trying to explore how I can make best use of the skills that I've got. What I was going to talk about was a particular project I'm trying to do at the moment, which is to work with local voluntary sector organisations and help them to formulate a collaborative research project across community organisations that can gather information about people who've been, people in my local area in Lewisham in South London who've been very seriously affected by the cuts, and to sort of document case studies of how that affects different people, and then try and use that in local advocacy efforts, fundraising efforts for the voluntary sector, and community organising as well. And so I'm not saying that's what everyone has to do, I'm just saying that to me that seems like a valid way of exploring how we can use the tool sets that we have, and that it might be valuable to consider that as being something separate to sociological research projects carried out within academic institutions with academic funding. Thank you.